Whew. Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. I've been working really hard today and it's really hot, so that's probably why I'm sweating so hard. And, pardon me. I just saw Sylvian Chomet's The Illusionist and I absolutely adored it. It was very symbolic and it told a story through pictures and music rather than through dialogue, and there were nods to Alice in Wonderland and The Wizard of Oz, and I'm not going to say where those were, but I thought it was obvious, but I would probably have to watch it a second time because it's just so wonderfully done and it's very beautiful and music is terrific and the animation is gorgeous and it's just a very uplifting film with also a deep sense of loss because our main character he finds a young girl, and I'm not going to give any spoilers away about her because if I do then that'll just ruin everything, but her name's Alice, which is appropriate because he has a white rabbit. And in the beginning she has clothes that are kind of run down, worn out, and peasant clothes, and she wears shoes that break and they're worn out, and of course the magician buys her a new pair of shoes that are red and she wears them. They're baby doll shoes and they fit her perfectly, and I know why. I'm not going to say what the reason is, but it's just so very touching, and they help each other out when he moves from one place to another trying to make the most out of his act as a magician, because this is 1945 and in Paris the realm of vaudeville and burlesque is coming to an end, and then you've got the rockabilly groups coming up, and there's one rock and roll group that's making fun of the Beatles. They're called the Britoons when he goes to London, and they're flamboyantly gay. they show that with their movements and their gesticulations and how they walk and flapping their little hands, and it's just so funny because they don't come across as gay when they're singing, but when they walk and when they talk they're gay. And later on in the movie there is a lot that transpires and it's just unique in its own way, and I just found it just wonderful to look at and just endearing and uplifting, and also very very sad as well during the latter parts of it, because it's about growing up and how things change over time when different fads come and go, and of course the magician learns to adapt. And at the very end there's a scene in the train when he's returning to Paris with a mother and her little girl in a blue dress of all things, and she loses her pencil and he has a pencil behind his ear and he does a little sleight of hand and he gives her pencil back, and of course he's always holding on to this picture, and I already knew because I had read about it, and I had a feeling just because I kind of get nuances here and there and what the director might be dropping subtle hints as to different characters and how they could be interrelated, and he does this very subtly. It's really quite wonderful, and you could see people's lives change because of Alice and her kindness and her gentle qualities and just her beauty, and she blossoms into a young woman when she starts trying on a blue dress with white stole and a white sash and high heels. First time she puts on those high heels, she kind of waddles around a bit. It's so funny. And I should know, I don't wear high heels myself because they're hard as heck to walk in, but it's just one of the scenes it made me giggle. And I just think that everything in this movie is absolutely fantastic. It just mesmerizes you from the start to finish. And the theme song at the end is great. And I understood some of the French that was spoken within the film. It's basic cultural conversational French. Um, and really there isn't that much dialogue as to say, but I really like this side of film because you can tell a story without dialogue, and everything's done throughout the film with symbolicism. And even at the very end, when all the lights of the buildings are turned off, it's just a way of everybody saying goodbye, and then there's a new chapter in the life of the magician at the very end. And it's just...
Elizabeth?
Yeah?
I'm taking off. Have a good week, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I'll keep you posted on stuff, alright?
Alright. Sorry, that was my friend, and he's just leaving. Beyond that, I give The Illusionist 4 stars, 5 if I could give it, 2 thumbs way up. And if you're a fan of the Triplets of Belleville or Sylvian Chomet's directing and producing, then by all means check this out, because it's just a sumptuous film. Everything about it is just absolutely positively fantastic, and it's magnifique. And I loved it. I loved every moment of it, and I will probably watch it over again just because I enjoyed it so much. It is just such an uplifting film, even though the ending is sort of, it's more sweet than bitter, but it is sad, because it's the reality of what we know as life. But I think it is a terrific film, and for everybody who is a Sylvian Chomet fan, they would absolutely adore it.